Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to all of you. It's an absolute privilege and honor to welcome you all to Haqdarshak's 8th Foundation Day celebrations. We've all gathered here from all parts of the country to celebrate this beautiful day together. We also have our Haqdarshaks, the heart of the organization, partners and supporters from SIF, ONDC, UNICEF, Primark, among others, here today who have seen us evolve in this journey and been a pillar of strength. आप सबका तहे दिल से स्वागत है इस खास दिन को और ख़ास बनाने के लिए धन्यवाद। इन 8 सालों में लोग जुड़ते गए और कारवां बनता गया और हक दर्शक ने बदला बहुत कुछ। So can we have a huge round of applause for the Haqdarshak family? Yes. Thank you. Over the years, with everyone's support, Haqdarshak has been able to keep a single-minded focus on making access to government welfare schemes easy and hassle-free, free for millions by leveraging technology and creating solutions. हकदर्शक आज इस मुकाम पर है बहुत कड़ी मेहनत के बाद. Every single time Haqdarshak has touched lives, in every single time that a resolve to serve the community becomes stronger, fueling a strong desire in all of us to work relentlessly, realizing our vision. This journey has been an ode to passion, commitment, and resilience. Let's hear it from our CEO and co-founder, Aniket Doegar, about Haqdarshak's journey so far. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us, especially our partners. Usually, for the last 7 years, we've been having this event mostly in Maharashtra and Pune. That's our largest office. And we're just sharing with the team that, if you come to our Pune office, you will see the growth of Haqdarshak on a wall on photographs. The first year celebration was in a village in Jodhpur. Then we moved to, other locations, and today we are here. Haqdarshak as an idea started about 10 years back, when the goal was to really build a platform for people to understand government schemes, information, and it's been a very humbling and grateful journey to be here and see the kind of impact that we've been able to create. I think I'm very proud to say we are one of the few organizations who's problem obsessed, not solutions. We've been single-mindedly focused on social security, government schemes as a problem. And we believe that it is one of those areas where, if solved for, can really improve the standards of living of people. We are still at a very low number compared to OECD countries when it gets to spending on social security. We only spend 10% of our GDP compared to OECD countries who spend about 28%. The other problem in India largely is that the 90% of India, about 1.2 billion people, are somewhere or the other dependent on different kinds of social security measures, whether it is food, whether it is health, whether it is pensions. And apart from information and awareness, the whole challenge of application and access still exists. Over the last 15 to 20 years, there have been across governments, there have been some various policy changes, platform changes, where we were talking in 2001 about Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan to RTE, right to education, right to information, the layer of UPI, Aadhaar, to today we have ONDC, open networks, we're talking about digital public infrastructure, digital public goods. But the fact also remains that we have 600 million smartphone users, which out of 1.4 billion still leaves 800 million people not having smartphones, which means that we still have a long way to go in ensuring access, equitable access, and getting people access to social security services. In the last 8 years, when we started from a small office in Pune, we are otherwise a Bangalore registered company, with, I think, in the first year we had 10 people. Today we are a team of 550 people. We've trained over 40,000 women agents. And I think the whole idea of today's short celebration is to celebrate our Haqdarshaks and our team members, who are the real pillars of the work we do. I think I would really want to also thank the team that has been there, because a lot of what Haqdarshak does on a daily basis to this event, it is pretty much the team that is behind everything. And I think I would want to share that last 3-4 years, a lot of challenges, ups and downs is what Haqdarshak has seen. During COVID, we did see a kind of spike in terms of the demand for social security. Suddenly people started realizing that social security is important. But the after effects of COVID also happened, which happened to us as well, where 21-22 was a disastrous year for us in terms of work, in terms of cash flow, in terms of all kinds of work. And now looking back, it seems like a very heroic kind of a story, but I think I would really want to acknowledge there were people in this team who kind of worked without salaries for months to ensure that the vision of Haqdarshak continued and remained steadfast. So I really want to thank the team and all the leaders who've been passionately working on this, solving for this problem. I think there are 2 or 3 points that I wanted to touch. Over the last 8 years, we've been able to deliver 14,000 crores worth of government benefits. Almost half of it has come in the last year. So we are, in terms of our number of applications and the benefits delivered, we are doubling. This again, if you look at from any state budget or central government budget, which is over 25 lakh crore, this is a drop in the ocean. But the kind of last mile access and the processes that we are building is really leading to a model which is ensuring that we are not looking at citizens as beneficiaries, but we are looking at citizens as customers. Because largely in this space, we use the term beneficiaries, we use the term for citizens. I mean, I think Haqdarshak or anyone in this room is nobody to give anybody a benefit. What is really missing in the system is what we believe at Haqdarshak is treating these citizens as customers, ensuring there is customer delight, there is customer service, and there is quality of service that is given to them. And that is what at Haqdarshak we pride ourselves with. And that has led to this increase in the benefits that have been delivered. Going forward, and I think in the subsequent kind of conversations, you'll also hear about some of our work that we are trying to do by creating a state of welfare report, in which one of the things that we are also trying to do is also see how this money is changing lives of people in upward mobility in the economy. And I think that's a very important next step for us. We have reached now close to 5 million citizens. Again, this year alone, we will reach close to 3 million citizens. And the goal for vision for 2030 is to reach 100 million. And it's a very ambitious goal in which I think along with partners like Beacon, Societal, ONDC, others, we are trying to move to a journey of open networks where we believe that the only way to reach that scale is by doing that. Along with that, in this journey of number of applications processed and citizens reached, I really want to thank all the partners that we've had. I think one of the things when we talk about Haqdarshak as a model is that now what I hear from people is it's a very evident problem and it's a very simple problem, but also the business model that we have evolved. We are, end of the day, a social enterprise, a for-profit company. And for the first 2 or 3 years, there was a massive struggle in creating a business model. How do you ensure that citizens won't pay a service fee? Who's going to pay in the system? And in 2018 is when we really started getting traction in the B2B model. Some of our first clients were Godrej Industries, JSW, Tata Power, who started reaching out to us saying that there are workers and supply chain kind of MSMEs, farmers who they wanted to give social security to. And that's how the business model evolved. So in the first year from 3 partners, and we also had fantastic NGO partners like Pradhan, Save the Children, who we worked with in providing technical training, our technology platform. I think now we have worked with over close to 150 partners overall in the country, currently working with over 80 partners. And we've also trained over 70 NGO partners. And now gradually also we are trying to work with the government closely to enhance the scale. And I think apart from our team and Haqdarshaks and all the supporters, it's been the partners who've given us steadfast support. Now we are in 2024. I think we've seen the extreme lows of the last 2 years. We are very ambitious and kind of optimistic for the next 5 years, looking at the digital growth of the country, the way the ecosystem is moving, and that's why we have kept like an ambitious goal of this reaching 100 million people. We are also now very keenly kind of looking for collaborations to also explore the solution of Haqdarshak to expand internationally. Last year when I was visiting for work, I was visiting US, it was very surprising for me to see that the problem of social security also exists in a country like US, where veteran pensions, food security, scholarships, all these are problems. So again, with ecosystem partners, that's one of the goals for us. Last year, we also were able to kind of work on our Yojana card product with MasterCard. And I think as we speak, we were hoping by today we would have launched the card. But that's also shows, I mean, that is how the ecosystem works. I think next week would have our first bank linked card ready, where we'll be able to give workers, farmers, small businesses access to a first of its kind card. And I think it's very important to acknowledge that no one else in the country has ever been able to make a card with a QR code linked to a bank account, which enables social security access and all banking transactions. And that's what a Yojana card will be able to do. It not only the QR code will be able to give you your information on social security documents, but it'll also be able to link your bank account to be able to show that what are the government benefits and what are the other financial inclusion benefits you can get along with credit, insurance and savings. And that is where we feel the intersection of social security and financial inclusion will eventually come. Because social security is like the base zero of financial inclusion. We are really working with those people who are not in the mainstream, who are also struggling with documents, who are struggling with basic health insurance pension. And the more we can get them into the mainstream, the more we can get into the upward mobility in terms of financial inclusion space. And that's going to be the core pillar of our work. So I think, again, a big thank you to everyone for being part of Haqdarshak, as team members, as our pillars in terms of Haqdarshaks, as our partners, and being part of this journey. I will not delay the main part of our program, which are our Haqdarshaks anymore. But thank you, everyone.